Hey there, welcome to a new episode of the Community Show. We will begin this week by discussing news and events from Floyd and Wythe Counties on this week's What's Going On. And then we will move on to this week's sports action. And then finally, on this week's segment of Something to Chat About, I was recently able to sit down and chat with Sherry Box, a local event coordinator, and discuss what exactly she does and how she came about doing it. And then we will have this week's Healthy Living Tip with Elise Anderson. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Welcome to this week's What's Going On. We will begin by discussing Wytheville news, sponsored by the Wytheville Enterprise. Stuffed Strut 2013 is coming to Wytheville later this month. The 5K run and family walk was approved Tuesday night at the Wytheville Town Council meeting. The fundraiser for the Community Food Kitchen will be held Friday, November 29th at 9 a.m. at Wytheville's smallest church on 1090 Nye Road. Registration will be from 8:15 until 8:45 a.m. According to fundraising coordinator Vanita Wolford, all ages are welcome and participants who pre-register will receive a t-shirt. Goodie bags will also be given out to participants. There's no excuse for Andrew French ever forgetting his wedding anniversary. It's so easy even a child can remember it. 11, 12, 13. Tuesday, French and his bride, the former Miranda Melson, married under the gazebo at Elizabeth Brown Park. The date was one of the two remaining with sequential numbers this century, and as a result was a popular day for weddings around the country. That's one reason the bride picked the date. But there's also another, more important reason. It is the anniversary of the couple's engagement 2 years ago. He was waiting for me to pick a day, and I thought about the day when we got engaged, and then I realized it's 11, 12, 13, and I thought that was cool, Miranda said. As it turns out, number patterns kind of follow the couple around. They had their first date on 8-9-8, and they got engaged on 11, 12, 11. Their daughter, Layla, was also born on 9-8 1 year ago. It would have also been neat to marry on 12, 13, 12, but by the time that they thought about it, it was too late. So they picked Tuesday. The couple who met at Fort Chiwell High School also have a son, Aiden, who is 4. Miranda is a certified nursing assistant with plans to earn a nursing degree at Wytheville Community College. Andrew is the owner of Superior Asphalt and Tree Expert. For his long-lasting contributions and dedication to community service, Charles G. Crockett has received the Stanley N. King Sr. Outstanding Citizen of the Year Award. The Wytheville native was honored at Thursday night's annual membership meeting of the Wytheville Wythe Bland Chamber of Commerce. A life member of the Korean War Veterans Association, he served 2 years in the U.S. Army's 984th Engineer Field Maintenance Unit. Crockett was also an active reservist for 6 years. He is a member of the VFW Post 2719 and American Legion Post 9. Crockett is a life member of the Lieutenant David Cox chapter Sons of the American Revolution. Next, a South Carolina motorist could face up to 30 years in prison next year when he's sentenced for a 2012 fatal crash that killed 3 McDowell, West Virginia residents on their way home to a family reunion. John Craig Parker, age 33, who lived with his mother in Bluffton, South Carolina, but had a Mississippi driver's license, pleaded no contest on Tuesday to 3 counts of involuntary manslaughter for the August 18, 2012 collision on US 21 just south of Wytheville. Parker was supposed to have a jury trial on Wednesday, but he pleaded no contest to the charges on Tuesday after defense motions to suppress certain evidence against him were denied. Next, a forest fire burning south of Speedwell since Tuesday night will burn through the weekend, according to the U.S. Forest Service. More than 200 acres have burned so far. The blaze is on the north slope of Horse Heaven Mountain, approximately 1 mile south of Speedwell, east of Highway 21 and south of the Speedwell landfill. According to an incident report filed by the U.S. Forest Service, access to the fire is difficult because of its remote location. Dry conditions combined with low humidity and increasing winds are also hampering efforts to contain it. On Thursday, fire crews started setting backfires to help contain the fire. So far, no structures are in danger. The cause of the fire is under investigation. Approximately 50 firefighters are battling the fire. Support staff, a hotshot crew, 2 dozers, and a helicopter have also been called in to assist. A hotshot crew is an elite group of firefighters especially trained to combat forest fires. Wythe County spokesman Jeremy Farley said that the fire is located entirely in its national forest and that county residents and their property are in no significant danger. The Henley Hollow Trail and a section of the Virginia Highland Horse Trail located along the top of Horse Heaven Mountain are currently closed. 2 drivers were charged after a crash on Wednesday that sent a car careening into Gardner's Family Pawn Shop located near the intersection of Grayson Road and Old Stage Road. According to Wytheville Police Chief Rick Arnold, a 2009 Dodge pickup truck driven by Robert Hensley, age 44 of Wytheville, rear-ended a 2001 Chevrolet sedan driven by Melvin Surface, age 44, also of Wytheville. A skilled nursing facility previously slated for development in Wytheville will be built in Rural Retreat instead. Aubrey Knox, development coordinator of Smith Packet in Roanoke, said that the company is definitely building the facility in Rural Retreat. Smith Packet hopes to purchase a 10-acre tract of land behind Pizza Plus and the Bank of Rural Retreat for about $90,000. The company previously considered a 5-acre tract in Wytheville behind Bojangles on Commonwealth Drive with an asking price of approximately $1 million. In September, Smith Packet officials confirmed plans to build a $17 million healthcare center on the Wytheville site. However, officials began looking around Wythe County to see if another site fit their needs. That's when they ventured into Rural Retreat and liked what they found there, Knox said. And that is all for this week's Wytheville news. And now for this week's Floyd news, sponsored by the Floyd Press. If you're going to be a biological woodsman and practice restorative forestry, you embrace the concept that what you leave in the forest is more important than what you think. That's a quote from Jason Rutledge. Students at Blue Mountain High School recently attended a talk by guest speaker Jason Rutledge, a Floyd farmer, forester, and horseman who will this week be working on a timber stand improvement operation at the Floyd Eco Village where the high school is located. Students learned about Rutledge's process of horse logging and world's first single tree selection for timber extraction. Interested students will be documenting land changes as part of a biology class. In his address to the students, Rutledge explained that he became disillusioned with modern forestry when he was a student at Virginia Tech, feeling that the forestry program focused on harvesting trees without regard for the living system of the forest. He spoke about the ecological services that trees provide, including shade, fresh air, and cooling, which due to the recent increase in climate temperature is more important than ever. And I have actually been invited to come to the Floyd Eco Village and see just Jason Rutledge and the horse logging that is going to be happening this week. So stay tuned next week. We will show some footage of that event. Hollingsworth & Bose, the global manufacturer for materials for filtration, battery, and industrial operations with a factory in Floyd County, announced today that it will invest $6.1 million locally to add manufacturing capability, produce product now currently manufactured only in the United Kingdom, and create 17 new jobs. The company, which has operated in Floyd County for nearly 40 years, along with the facilities in the Americas, Europe, and Asia, will expand its local operation to produce patented Technostat electret filter media in a state-of-the-art facility. This strategic expansion of the Floyd site will provide capacity to support the increasing demand in North America for high-performance synthetic filter media, said Mike Clark, H&B Division President for High Efficiency and Specialty Media. He also went on to say that they are pleased to continue to grow and invest in Floyd. Announcement of the expansion and investment came during the regular meeting of the Floyd County Board of Supervisors on Thursday, November 14th. Next, young wife and mother Jessica Basin said that she has relied on the help of family, co-workers, and other friends and her sense of humor as she recuperates from emergency brain surgery that she had in July. A few weeks ago, Basin was able to return to work on a reduced schedule at the Blue Ridge restaurant, but some days migraines keep her home. In late June, Basin went to a doctor's office. She said that she thought she had a sinus infection, but that wasn't the case. The doctors even mentioned multiple sclerosis. The week before July 2nd, Jessica started getting really dizzy. She went on to say that she couldn't even drive, that she was losing feeling in her right foot and vision in her left eye. She mentioned that she was still working and having lots of problems. On July 2nd, she went to an emergency room and doctors there ordered a CT scan, which revealed an arachnoid cyst. Within hours, she was transported to Carilion Roanoke Memorial Hospital, arriving there at 4 a.m. on July 3rd. She was placed in the intensive care unit. The cyst had shifted in her brain over 6 centimeters, she was told. Because it was shifting up against my skull, there was no more room for the cyst to grow any bigger. Surgery took place on July 5th. The cyst, Basin said, was one of the biggest cysts at 10.1 centimeters the doctors had ever seen. The craniotomy, in which the surgeon cut the cyst sac and drained it, took 8.5 hours. Before the surgery, Basin said that she was scared about the anesthesia and how long she was going to be asleep. Although she had been given anesthesia previously, this was the first time she was going to be intubated. And then finally, Jordan and Andy and the Forgotten Keys will be competing in the Regional Talent Show at Blacksburg High School on November 23rd at 7 p.m. And they will be competing for a chance to win the grand prize of $2,500 and the school winner receiving $20,000. Tickets are $7 for adults and $3 for students. You can buy tickets at the FCHS main or CTE office or go by room 43 or call 745-9450. And that is all for this week's What's Going On. Up next, we will have this week's sports action. So stay tuned and we'll be right back.
Offering authentic Italian food and American food with a twist, Mickey G's features fresh seafood, brick oven pizza, outdoor dining, gluten-free options, and local produce when available. Whether dining a la carte, chef's choice, or family style, you are sure to leave satisfied. Be sure to check us out online at Facebook and coming soon to Twitter.
Finally, real Italian!
Welcome to this week's sports action. The only sports we have scheduled this week are basketball, and we will begin with Floyd County. The Floyd County girls varsity basketball team plays in a jamboree game on Saturday, November 23rd at 10 a.m. at Franklin County and will scrimmage against Patrick County in the Floyd Gym at 2:30 p.m. on Wednesday, November 27th. The Floyd County boys varsity basketball team takes on Cave Spring in the Floyd Gym for a scrimmage at 7:30 p.m. on Tuesday, November 26th. And then moving on to Fort Chiwell. The Fort Chiwell Pioneers boys varsity basketball team will tip off against the Pulaski High School Cougars on Monday, November 25th at 6 o'clock p.m. in Dublin. The Fort Chiwell girls varsity team will scrimmage against the Eastern Montgomery Mustangs at home on Friday, November 22nd at 7 p.m. And then they will have a jamboree game on Wednesday the 26th at Chiwell High School. The time is yet to be determined. And that is all for this week's sports action. Stay tuned. Up next, we will have this week's Something to Chat About.
Gardner Funeral Home has been a family-owned and operated business since 1979. In the past 34 years, we have updated and expanded our facilities to meet the needs of the families we serve. We offer many arrangement options to help you create a funeral or memorial service that honors the memory of your loved one. This is Bobby Gardner, and I consider it a privilege to serve the people of Floyd County.
Hey there, welcome to today's Something to Chat About. Today we're sitting here chatting with Sherry Box with Events by Sherry, and we're going to be asking her a couple questions, and she's going to be telling us about her history and what she does. So welcome, glad to have you today in your house, actually.
Thank you.
Beautiful house. So tell us a little bit about what exactly you do.
Okay, well, I'm an event coordinator, and I coordinate all sorts of events, from weddings to large conferences to grand openings, Christmas parties, family gatherings, just about any event that you could think of, I can and or have done.
Wow, that's a wide range of stuff. How did you get involved in that?
Well, I'm a born organizer.
Okay.
As my husband would probably tell you, in, maybe not so good terms, but it's something that I've always done, and I love putting all the pieces together and see them all come together. And I did PR and marketing for many, many years, and it slowly evolved from business management, PR and marketing, into large event coordination at that position. So it's kind of a natural progression.
Right. And do you have partners that you work with as far as catering, DJs, all that stuff, or is that something that you do yourself?
No, I don't do, no. When someone hires me, and with all the people that I work with, as far as other vendors, DJs, caterers, that type of thing, you will always hear me say, I let everybody do what they do best.
Right.
I'm a coordinator. I pull everything together. I organize, I coordinate. I'm not a DJ. Mm-hmm. I don't do catering, although I've got a pot of chili on that's not too shabby in here. Okay, but I let everybody do what they do best. Okay. And if you get a group of really, really good vendors, it's just a magnificent event.
Right. And I know, you may experience this. Some people may want to plan it themselves, mm-hmm. or they may want to help it. How do you go about doing that? Is there a way to do that?
Yes, there is. I work with them. Basically, I can do as little or as much as they want me to do. There are some things that I will insist on handling, and there are certain things the couple of weeks before a wedding or an event that I insist on handling, such as the client makes no contact with the vendors the couple of weeks before. Okay. I've had a situation, you live and learn. I had a situation where there were several changes made to the catering contract, the cake contract, and the music. And I had the contract in my hand, and I was getting ready to say, okay, this is not what they ordered. And they told me that the bride had changed it 2 days before. Wow. And I didn't know about it. So, therefore, go back to your contract, and you make adjustments, and you say, nope, I'm the only one that has contact with them.
And now you mentioned changes. So take us through a process of planning a wedding, for instance.
That's really difficult to do because there is no process.
Okay.
I mean, there is, but there isn't, because everyone's different, which is why I love what I do. Mm-hmm. There are no two events, no two weddings, no two family celebrations that are ever the same. There's always family dynamics mm-hmm. that you have to deal with and that you have to work with. Every bride's different. They want different things. Some are laid back, some are not. If you're doing an anniversary party, you have a whole bunch of family dynamics mm-hmm. to deal with. So, the process, the general process is, you meet with the client, you find out what they want.
Right.
And then you start pulling all the pieces together. The first key is finding out what they want and how much they want to do themselves and how much they want me to do.
Okay. And tell us a little bit about the sweet choices that you have.
Okay, that's the candy buffets that I do. I do candy buffets for any occasion. That sounds good.
Sounds good. Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, and I do children's candy buffets. Okay. I can do them for 30 to 50, up to 300, 350. And I take care of everything. We can do color coordinated, we can do theme coordinated, that type of thing. It's a great favor for your guests to take home, whether it's for an anniversary party or just a Christmas dinner mm-hmm. or employee appreciation dinner.
Right.
Something like that. The other thing that I offer that I'll mention mm-hmm. is the small stuff, and I do small rentals.
Okay.
And that's all of this was kind of by demand. It was a need. We have several vendors that do large rentals, such as tables, chairs, linens, that type of thing, but I do the small stuff. So if somebody does want to decorate themselves, they can come and do virtual shopping with me. So they can go through my inventory and say, okay, I want those vases, I want that to put in it, I want these candles, I want to create my own centerpiece, and then they rent the items from me. The beauty in that is it costs less. I set it up, I take it down, and after the event's over, they don't have to worry about what to do with 25 vases.
Wow. Now, are you the only one that in your company, or do you have people that work with you?
I'm very, very fortunate that I have friends who love doing this about as much as I do, and so they help. I have several sets of friends that will help when they can, because most of them have full-time jobs. And they just help. I usually have at least 2 of us on each event. Sometimes more. I'm planning a wedding for 350 people. That's going to require more staffing. So.
Well, that's great. And how do people get in contact with you?
Well, I have a website. Events by Sherry. Facebook. Love Facebook. Love the social media. They can give me a call, email me. All that information's on my website. So.
Great. Well, and that's all the time we have for today. But I appreciate you letting me come into your house and sit down and chat with you.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And up next, we will have this week's Healthy Living Tip with Lanice Anderson. So stay tuned, and we'll come right back after this break.
This is Bud Foster speaking for Harvey's. Harvey's Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Floyd has been a great addition to the Harvey's automotive family. There's a great line of cars and trucks. You get friendly, no pressure attention, and excellent service. They have a wide selection of new Chrysler, Jeep, and Dodge products, as well as lots of used vehicles at truly fantastic prices. And the only thing better than the drive out to Floyd is the drive home. Visit Harvey's Chrysler, Jeep, and Dodge in Floyd, Virginia.
Hi, it's Dr. Lanice Anderson here with another healthy living tip for you. A number of recent studies suggest that you may already have 2 inexpensive but powerful weapons against stroke, heart attack, and other heart disease conditions. Together, they cost less than $3, and they're sitting on your bathroom counter right now. It's none other than your humble toothbrush and some dental floss. Did you know that plaque and other bacteria from your mouth can travel through your bloodstream and enter into all areas of the body and cause all kinds of trouble? In fact, according to the American Academy of Periodontology, people with gum disease are almost twice as likely to also have heart disease. Oral bacteria have been linked to strokes, infections in the heart lining, osteoporosis, respiratory diseases, rheumatoid arthritis, even diabetes. We've always known that a little prevention can go a long way. By using your toothbrush and dental floss regularly, you might be preventing much more serious health problems down the road. This Healthy Living Tip of the Week is brought to you by Dr. Lanice Anderson and the Healing Tree Wellness Center. When you think health, think Healing Tree Wellness, where the impossible is possible.